Omo, and I'm going to do the Manchester City versus Chelsea pre-match analysis. Well, we saw the Premier League kickoff last weekend with absolutely hilarious results. We saw Chelsea draw to Swansea 2-2. We saw Arsenal fall to West Ham 2-0. We saw Manchester United versus Tottenham, totally thrilling game, and Everton versus Watford, talk of thrill. Well, we again into the second week of the Premier League. Manchester City are hosting the champions Chelsea. How are the champions going to fare against Manchester City? Well, let's see. Chelsea last weekend, I thought their biggest problem was the defense. I thought their defense was not quite aware enough, and it's such a problem when you have the Chelsea defense not aware, because they have one of the best defenses in the Premier League. And we saw John Terry, yes, the linesman was keen enough to monitor the offsides, but we saw John Terry and Cahill caught so many times unawares. That cannot happen. If Chelsea need to win this game against Manchester City, they're going to need to be more alert. I think Manchester City have the best attack. I talked about that in my last video, and last week I predicted they will actually beat West Brom 3-1, and McLaurinson predicted 1-1, and I looked at McLaurinson prediction, but I didn't question myself for a minute. I was like, I'm not going to read why he wrote 3-1, because I don't want to be convinced otherwise, because I believe that Manchester City's attack is capable enough of scoring 3 goals. So Manchester City's attack is capable, so Chelsea's defense is going to be at its best. It's either that or nothing. I think Pellegrini will start the same lineup, but this time the Kun will start up front, more threatening. We saw Yaya Toure, I think he's back. We could say he's back, because he was totally absolutely hilarious against West Brom. And we saw David Silva, good as usual. We saw Sterling, he's shining. And Chelsea, I think Mourinho should start the same 4-2-3-1, but I think he should put Matic and Zuma in front of the defense. I don't know whether he's going to bench Fabregas or Oscar, which I think Willian and Hazard 100% in, but I don't know whether Cesc or Oscar. I don't know who will put in the bench, but what I know for sure is I will play Zuma and Matic, because that may seem too much of a defensive lineup, but I think that's what Chelsea need to actually have hope of getting those 3 points or even a point, because Manchester City attack is threatening. I think Terry and Kay should also sit back and wait for the defense for the attack to get there, because we saw Sterling. There's this hilarious run he made in the West Brom game, and I was like, whoa, he came from almost the midfield and he beat like 3 defenders with the run. So I think if John Terry and Cahill don't want that to happen, they should just sit back. Ivanovic was off last weekend. Montero totally tortured him, and I think this weekend he can do better, because Ivanovic is one of the best defenders in the Premier League. I think he should actually do better. So I think that Chelsea should just put that lineup. I don't think they have too much of a problem in Begovic, really. I think that he's a confident goalkeeper, and he can actually rise up to the occasion now that it's needed. Manchester City, on the other hand, I think defense is the big problem. I think Kompany, Mangala, and Kolarov and Sanya was good by the way against West Brom, but I think they're not strong enough to actually monitor Hazard and Willian. I think Hazard should do more, of course, though he was brilliant against Swansea, but I think he should still do more. And if Hazard and Willian are at their full potential, I think they're going to be a very big problem in the Chelsea defense. Yes, Joe Hart is good, but a goalkeeper can only be good enough. So I know that this is going to be a thrilling game, and I think Diego Costa should just stop the dramatics and play. When he came to the Premier League first, he was not dramatic, and he was playing and he got very many goals. I think he should do the same this season, because last week I was so disappointed, because he will just get touched and he will stop and actually talk to the referee. No, you don't stop and talk to the referee. You keep going and then later maybe talk to the referee, I don't think that's good, Costa. I do not think so. So I think that Hazard should go on dribbling inside the box, try and get those penalties and, use his skill to the full potential to give Chelsea a chance of winning this. Otherwise, I think Manchester City are the favorites to win this. They're at home, they're strong. I think the win last week gave them confidence, but you cannot always rule out a Mourinho side, which is tactical. So I think this is going to be a very brilliant game, and I can't wait for it. My prediction is 1-1. I think it's going to be a draw, and I think it's going to be a astonishing draw. My other prediction for this weekend is Aston Villa United 1-2, Southampton Everton 2-2, West Ham Leicester 2-1, Sunderland Norwich 2-1, Watford West Brom 1-1, Swansea versus Newcastle 2-1, Tottenham versus Stoke 2-0, Crystal Palace versus Arsenal 1-2, and Liverpool versus Bournemouth 2-0. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more of my videos.